Hello there, Glenn Wallace here with a plethora of different gain and boost pedals. Today, doing a little shootout between all these guys. One of my favorite things to do with overdrive pedals or boost pedals is use them as a clean boost, since I do play primarily on single coils. They do have a use on humbuckers as well. I find them best for playing single coils, strats and tellies. Very, very, very good for country. And these are a whole bunch of the ones that I like, plus a couple of the ones that I've just heard other people use for that specific effect. So as you can see, it's all green back here, and usually I do a little green screen, but because of these two guys, it might get weird. Or it might look awesome. So I'm gonna try it, and if it looks crazy, then you'll see that I just went right back to just the green cloth in the post-production. So let's dive right into pedal stuff. Okay, so first up is the Electro Harmonix Lp B1. I've owned several of these. These are very, very inexpensive. So if you're just trying to maybe get in to see if you even like a clean boost style pedal, this is probably a good one to start with. You don't have to spend, 150, 200 bucks. So these are probably better used as a volume boost. Very good for popping up for solos. It doesn't really have what you'd call like a gain circuit on it. It's just a level boost. But depending on the amplifier you're using it with, how much headroom you have, how low or high your wattage is on your tubes, you can get an amount of boost and gain and that clean boost saturation with it. So I'm playing my Fender B-Bender Telly with Lawler pickups straight into my Fender Deluxe Reverb reissue 68. I don't know if I said that all in order. Mic'd with an Audix i5 going into Logic. So here's the clean tone. And here's the Lp B1. I've got it set about 9 o'clock. Let's push it up a little bit. I really don't hear much right around there. So there's the Lp B1. Not really too great as a clean boost. Definitely works well as a little kick up for leads. Put it maybe after. I like to put my gain pedals before my volume pedal, and then oftentimes I'll put my boost up for leads after my volume pedal. And this guy probably set about there. So there's the Lp B1. Next pedal. So next up, the Exotic EP Booster. Not a new pedal here, very well known, very well respected. Killer one knob magic pedal. It's just a tone sweetener. It's a great clean boost. It was one of the first ones that I ever used. Even right here, just around, we're gonna put it around 11. Check out my dry tone. All right, now let's throw the EP Booster on. And even when you have it down here at unity gain, it sounds much fatter. Check it out. And yes, right here is unity gain on this pedal. There's two switches inside. One of them has a slight treble boost on it, which I really don't use because I'm playing Telecasters and, well, they're bright. And the other one has this, I think it's like a 28 dB boost. It's really, really overpowering. You should only use it, if you are playing the kind of gigs where you can get away with it. But even right here, just set like this, is awesome. And of course, you start pushing it up, you can start to drive your amp a little more. Let me switch to the neck pickup. Middle. So there it is, the Exotic EP Booster. I see this on a lot of boards, and I see most people just leave it on. Some people turn it up for a solo boost, and some people actually use it as an overdrive. I can't remember what band it is. They're pretty big. It was, I think it might have been Bowling for Soup or Built to Spill. I honestly can't remember, but one of the guitar players was running like 3 of these into a Bassman. My buddy that was at a show told me, and I thought, wow, that's just a very, very cool gain stage. How simple. And, you know, apparently it sounded great. And I've run 2 of these in a row before into my deluxe reverb, and it sounds awesome. With a clean boost, 2 of the things that I think you're going for is just maybe a little more fattening and warmer, rounder tone, or the ability to break into overdrive and then still be able to be sweet and have it be clean, such as this, you know, picking lightly. So there we go. Next pedal. So here's another one by Exotic of the small pedal series, the SP Compressor. Not really a boost pedal, but it has quite a bit of output, and then of course it's got compression on it, so this one's killer for country. You can run this one at the beginning of the chain, and let's just blend the clean all the way in. The compression's set to low right now. I'm gonna roll it in. Here's my dry tone. So even though it's just a volume boost, it is giving you a little more rounder, more warmer tone, say as compared to the LP B1, which really didn't do much except just boosted the level of the signal. Now, the fun part on this guy is you can roll in a little bit of compression, but not too much, so you're still going to get a little bit of that sustain. And it's going to round out your tone a little, and you can stack it with overdrives and not worry about things getting way, way too squished. You know, compressors with a clean blend is not necessarily a new thing, but the way this compressor does it, you're really able to be very, very subtle with it and still get what you would need out of a compressor. One of the things that I always need the most, specifically, I always talk about this because I play a lot of country. I do. It's one of the most consistent paying gigs I've ever had, and like I said, it's consistently paying, so I consistently do it. One of the things that I notice you really need a compressor for, especially on Telecaster, is your higher strings. So this gives you a nice little bit warmer, fatter tone, and a little bit of compression if you want to get that country spank and sustain on there without just squashing your sound and being able to stack overdrives with it. Now, I wouldn't stack it into some, you know, Mesa Boogie, you know, Cali style gent distortion. I mean, that's I don't know, it might work, but I don't think so. But you know, it stacks real light. It stacks real nice with light overdrives, especially ones set to lower settings. Anyway, cool pedal, fun one, the Exotic SP Compressor. Next pedal. All right, so here is the Lan Devices EP5. I've done a couple videos on this guy and definitely featured it in a couple other ones. I love Lan Devices. They make the HP2 and now the No Masters Fuzz, which you will see more of. Those are very popular pedals. This one I don't see out there enough. I want to see more of it. It's an Echoplex style pedal, so it's very similar to the EP booster, but has a couple different settings on it. The switch over to the left gives you the closest to the EP booster, but this guy's got a little more headroom and a little more punch and just, you know, brilliance to it. That's the word I'm going to use. Dry tone again. Okay. All right, middle setting just gives you a little bit more mid-range to it. I really like it for jazz. Or the best version of jazz I can play. And pardon the slightly sloppy playing. I sort of started 4th of July early and almost blew off my ring finger because I thought it would be a good idea to try to light 3 mortars at once with a very short lighter. Because clearly I'm just incredibly smart. All right, and then the last setting on this guy is really more of an overdrive. It gets pretty dirty. But at the bottom of it, you know, you can be cleaner. Definitely still got more of an overdrive characteristic there, but anything to me that just fattens up your tone and gives you a little more saturation, just a little more sustain, to me I consider a clean boost. I don't consider it overdrive until you can start to hear the waves really start clipping, you know, squaring off in some cases. You know, I don't know all the different shapes, but you know when it moves into that, like, all right, that's dirt, and like that's just like mild saturation. I hope that makes sense. Okay, next pedal. Okay, next up, the ZVEX Super Hard-On, another one that's been around for a bit. Clean tone. I'm only playing E majors for clean tones today. And here's the Super Hard-On. Push it up a little bit more. It crackles when you turn it, but see, it says crackle okay. So it's okay. So as you can see, it never really breaks up. Now I've got the amp at 3. If I turned it up louder, I'm sure I could, but it's just, man, it sounds like your guitar should. Just louder and fuller and just very clear and consistent. Very, very good one-knob magic pedal. Falls into the one-knob magic pedal category that is a category that I made up, maybe. So, next pedal. Okay, so no stranger here. A TS9. 808 is actually probably better for clean boost stuff. The new NTS Tube Screamer by Ibanez is awesome for it. But you can do it with this one, and some people just prefer it. It gets a different, very MIDI sound, mid-rangey, not MIDI, not like M-I-D-I. That would be interesting. But you know, some people really like it, and then guys like Pete Thorne have said, you know, if you use this with these settings, you know, and then crank your Fender amp, you know, you can play it with Strat, you can really start to get that Stevie tone. There's a lot of people are very misunderstood on how to use tube screamers. Pete Thorne's got a lot of great videos, but he's got a great video on tube screamers. So here's the clean tone. And here's the tube screamer set to clean boost setting. If you drive all the way off, level up, I'm going to turn the treble up a bit. So as you can see, not really super clean, but not super dirty either, and depends on what kind of music you're playing, but that tone, you know, you'll definitely hear that around, and some guys will run a tone like that and they call that their clean tone, and they're fine with it. It works, you know, and it's definitely got, you know, some good power and gives you a little bit more oomph to your playing, but I wouldn't call it super clean. I just threw it in here because I've seen a lot of folks use them like this and really, really enjoy them. Okay, next one. Alrighty, the Paul Cochran Timmy, very, very respected overdrive. Super transparent. To me, sounds a lot like a Fender amp breaking up, but you can use it as a clean boost. It's a little bit dirty because of the way you have to set it just to get some volume out of it, but you can get this nice Fender-y amp on the verge of breakup tone to it, and that's not just when you're playing through a Fender amp, I swear. But that's all you're gonna hear here, because that's all I've got. Oh, dry tone. Gotta get that E major and that E major sus4 in there. Nice and fat, a little bit of overdrive. You can dig in and get, you know, dirty with it. So that's pretty handy. That could be your only pedal all night long if you wanted it to be. For me, I can't do it. I gotta have all the pedals. I'm addicted. Anyhow, moving on. So back with yet another exotic pedal, the RC Booster, another very well-known pedal, very, very good clean boost. I've heard that the RC stands for real clean. I'm not sure if that's true, but it does sound very, very clean. And you can get a little bit of dirt out of it too, so check it out. Clean tone. And here's the RC Booster. I really love this one. It's just super simple to dial in, and I think almost all the tones on it sound good. With the gain rolled forward, with the gain rolled back, and the volume rolled up. It's a very, very useful pedal. Okay, final pedal. And last but not least, my number one, always sitting at the beginning of my chain. Sometimes it's the RC Booster, but most of the time it's this guy, the J-Rocket Silver Archer. I did the Clean Archer review, and that's a great clean boost. I honestly like the silver one better just because I care for the sound of the silver more than the gold. Here's my dry tone. And here's the Archer. Roll a little bit of the gain in, you can get a little bit of mids in there without gaining it up too much. That's my favorite of all of them. I just think it has the best tone. They're all great pedals. I've just always enjoyed this one the most. So there it is, a whole lot of different pedals that you can do a clean boost with single coil guitars. Yes, some of them do sound very good on humbuckers. I'm mostly a single coil guy, so this is mostly it's a single coil video all the way through. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. I'm Glenn Wallace. I will see you guys next time.